Now the main prize distribution for the evening. That is the open singles joint fifth. To do the honors, I would like to request our Sir Shri Rupin Sharma to kindly come up on the podium. A huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. The runners-up, Mr. Kikrunizo Zatsu. Now, the champion, the new, young champion, Nagaland Championship 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Imli Wabang Imsong.
I used to fire a few darts when I was a kid, maybe class 7 or 8, but it was not in this organized form. Still, you used to fire some darts at some boards and think that bullseye is the game. It was only about 2 years ago that I learned about there being a passion for the sport in Nagaland, when Simon came over to my residence in Kohima, and he mentioned that he had become a champion. I said, oh, this is also a sport which is having champions. I never knew. I just thought that this is just for fun. You fire a few darts, that's it. But yeah, I'm actually very happy. So last Friday, if I remember, or Thursday, when the president and the other office bearers had come to formally sort of invite me for this for this event today. It is there that I learned that it's a growing sport in Nagaland, and I am happy to note that this has grown. In fact, when we were discussing the other day on, I think Thursday or Friday at my residence, so they were saying that most of the darters or dart players are from Kohima. So this time, Simon has hijacked this event to Dimapur, and they were saying that we don't know how many people will go there, but I'm told that this year the participation is better than last year. So congratulations to everybody who has participated in this event today, and congratulations to everybody who has come from different parts of Nagaland. I'm told a couple of them from, say, also that come. I really don't know how you can encourage this sport, because personally, my childhood experience would tell me that it is not a very costly sport. So it's still not a very costly sport, but it is not not an easy game to play, in the sense that the darts itself cost a bit of money, say anything between 3,000 rupees to whatever 10,000 rupees the darts does. The ones that we used to play was like 10 rupees or something. So it's not an easy sport to play, and I don't know, if you don't have the passion, whether you will have the time and the energy and the money to travel from other places in the state to come to Dimapur or Kohima to participate in this event at the state level. So I'm sure you must be, the president and the office bearers must be doing their bit to spread the sport throughout the state. I don't even know what are the efforts being undertaken, but I hope and I wish that there are probably some district level competitions being held. If not, maybe you can think of that, because from there you will get a larger pool, and the traditional sort of headhunters need to turn into dart board players. I'm sure, because when I was in SP in Perrin, So our residence, the residence of SP parent was right on the side of a road, and every morning that I'll get up, sit in the morung outside, I'll see some youngster or the other carrying a rifle and going somewhere. So after a while, bang, and 15 minutes later he'll be carrying some a bird or something. So that that aim is very good. That aim and that hand-eye coordination, hand-eye mind coordination is very good. Unlike me, despite being a police officer, my aim is very bad. I sort of uh, uh, I don't love weapons, but even if I was to love the weapons, I would sort of never be able to fire at a target. So, but yes, in Nagaland there is a natural talent for aiming. So maybe this sport can be picked up by a larger number of people in the state. I wonder how that can be done. But if you have say 40 people participating in this event, I would presume that you will have about say 200 odd members in the state. Not too many members you will have. Uh, so it becomes like financially untenable to sustain a sport. Um, Early morning today morning I was in the Patkai Christian College for the freshers meet. I thought of saying this there, but I just forgot to mention this. It just skipped my mind. You know, when you look at an event which is as big as a freshers event in a college, so I've attended quite a few of them. And Patkai Christian College, so there were around say 500 odd students participating. So to make logistics arrangements, food, and all other arrangements, including arrangements for the event, it takes energy, it takes money. And when I saw the banner on the stage, uh, I was like very happy that there are people who are coming up with sponsorships. Okay, but those sponsorships, actually would want to really thank those people who are coming up with those sponsorships because they are not big businessmen or business houses in Nagaland. They're like entrepreneurs running a restaurant or something who is doing it. It's not like a KFC or a McDonald's or a Pizza Hut or a Domino's who are doing it, or say Toyota or Maruti are doing it. So it's a sad thing that we are not getting sponsorship for sports in Nagaland. And some sports like darts and all cannot survive without sponsorships. Okay, with about say 200 odd members or say 300 odd members, you will not have enough resources to spread the resources. There's a gentleman again who keeps coming to me every 2-3 months. He may be very unhappy with me. He's coming to me with a proposal to encourage a sport which is probably one of the cheapest sports in the world. The only thing you probably require is an investment of about 200-250 rupees once, which is chess. Just need a chessboard and this thing, he's been coming and telling me, sir, please introduce this in Nagaland Police. Yes, it's a good thing to do, but I haven't done any study on whether we can do it in Nagaland Police. But I was encouraged recently by the fact that one of the younger IPS officers who has come to Nagaland, Mr. Akash Sinha, he has an yellow rating of about 1900 something, which is very good rating. Okay. So I was just telling him, I said, why don't you tutor some of the younger generation people to make within Nagaland, rather than trying to make everybody an NPS officer or an IAS officer. Spend time and achieve nothing. Here you can just spend 250 rupees and try to achieve something better. So I was telling him, I said, why don't you try to do this? So he said, sir, I will try to do it. So when there is no sponsorship, the sport will not grow. And when there is sponsorship, the sport will grow. I just wish that the law and order situation and the economic situation in Nagaland improves further. It improves, it becomes better. everybody who is responsible, either for making it bad or for not allowing it to have become better. I think they should realize that we need to gain much more if the economic situation is better. If there is well-being in the society, there is more money being circulated in the society. All sports and all sportsmen will grow. I think a couple of youngsters from Nagaland have been chosen for the IPL. Okay, so I don't remember, but I think there's a 16, 17-year-old boy who's a spinner, I think. Yeah. So I always say this, that in Nagaland, sad to say this, but in Nagaland, we don't have the right role models for the younger generation. If we have the right role models, the society will go in that generation. It's just not Nagaland, it's probably the entire country. Say 30 years ago, the role models that we were looking at in the rest of the country, in India, or a couple of cricketers like Kapil Dev, Sunil Gavaskar, Mahendra Ramana. There was hardly anyone from football or hockey. There were a couple of people. Hockey, there were a couple of people because hockey was those days not being played too much around the world. So we were the world leaders. We had hockey players. There was nobody in football, nobody in tennis, nobody in table tennis. We had a few in badminton, Prakash Padukone and all. But imagine once India did well in the World Cup, the sponsorship and the money started coming in. Now cricket in India actually is a profession. It's not just a sport, it is a profession. You can lead a life just based on a sport, not because of any government help or help of an association or a society or something. It's not a contributory help. There's so much of money coming in into cricket, which is propelling India to be a better cricketing nation also, and it's giving jobs. I I have this habit of jumping from one topic to the other, but these are instances that you remember in life, which are maybe which help others. I was a decent cricket player myself in school, so my school was Sacred Heart School. Okay, so the best school and the best team in the state in Himachal was the Kendriya Vidyalaya School. They invited us to play a friendly match, and we defeated them. We defeated them. It was a moment of pride. And then those days, the Kendriya Vidyalayas used to have a national level championship. I think they still have so national level thing. So they were looking for people who were good in sports and all. So their principal came to me and he said, why don't you join our school? We'll make you play the nationals. And and I said, I don't sell my game. I don't sell myself, I don't sell my game. Because there was no money in sport, there was no career in sports. Well, one of the reasons was you know your family, you know your parents and all, they may not allow you to do that. But your parents will also not allow you to do that because they don't see a future in sport for you. No, they are your well-wishers, they will not allow you to do it. But if it was the same Rupin Sharma now, they will say, okay, go and play. You play. So look at this youngster, Vaibhav Suryavanshi, 15-year-old. He probably plays, if he keeps his head in place, he plays another 20 years minimum. After 20, never ended. That's what I'm saying. So if there is money in sport, if there is sponsorship in sports, it will progress. If you don't have that sponsorship, there is a limit to what a group of individuals can do financially. I'm not trying to discourage you, but I just hope that in the future, some of the business houses of Nagaland, some of the bigger businessmen, they come up for sponsorship. If they come up for sponsorship, the Nagaland Darts Association can maybe think of spreading the sport around in districts and then having a state level thing where there will be more participation. I wish that at least in darts, Nagaland produces a champion, a national champion, and probably an international champion for the country. Yes, it is a bit expensive, but it is not a very expensive sport also. So with a little bit of sponsorship, things can happen. It's not also, it is, although Simon was telling me that in Nagaland the crowd is small, here the crowd is small, he said in Europe and in London and other places, he said people are like shouting at every dart which is fired. It's not the case here because it's not caught on. Okay, so we would love to have a scenario where in Nagaland, say 5 years, 2 years, 3 years down the line, there is much more exuberance about this sport than currently it exists. I hope more people take to it. I don't know how I can help to spread it. I was given this idea that why don't we introduce this in Nagaland Police. Let me think of it. Normally, Nagaland Police or in police, we have in police we have something which is called an All India Police Sports Control Board. So they have a set of approved sports for which police personnel and fire services and prison personnel participate from throughout the country. So it's a common group of sports. So if we take up a sport which is not in that basket of sports, then you just stop at that, and then you can't make it grow. Then the other issue is a lot of people, I'm not blaming individuals, a lot of people take to sport thinking that they'll get a job. Okay, they'll do well, they probably get rewarded with a job or something. No, my take is that if a sport is not in that basket of sports which is there at the national level, the acceptance of that sport is less. Okay, nobody will take you based on that for that. So there are limitations, but yes, it can be a good manner to pass your time. I was just joking with my friend Krusa, other than our constables playing this carom board in our police station and outposts, maybe we could have darts. So in Nagaland Police, we have a so-called sports fund. I'm saying the so-called sports fund, and sports fund is a contributory fund where everybody contributes 20 rupees every month. It's not a small amount, it is a decent amount. It's a 22,000 people, it's a decent amount, but then every brain and every human being is not the same. Some of them will say, "Oh, kanto na khele, tai khan khele bole jaye, tai khan gunde khacha kore." That mindset is there amongst people. A collaborative effort needs some people to give up something for the larger good of everybody. That's one way where we can think of maybe using some part of that sports fund for at least putting up a couple of equipments and a couple of places where some people can start playing. I don't make a promise. I will discuss with my officers if our officers in Nagaland Police are willing to allow me to use some fund for darts, then we can collaborate with the Nagaland Darts Association to put up a couple of dart equipments. In some of the districts where it is not there. So it's not just for my boys, it's for everybody. Anyone, once it's there for everybody. So it's not a promise. I will try if I can push them. A lot of my ideas, I push, it doesn't go anywhere. But what one can do is try. So I'll try. I'm aware that this carom board thing which is there in the police stations and outposts of Nagaland Police, it is helpful because it keeps the staff in the police station. Okay, so they come if there is no work, at least they are playing. So they are there in the police station available for an emergency, which rarely comes in Nagaland except in Dimapur and Kohima. Uh, but the flip side of it is, idu bhi lagaye, paisa lagayega bhi khele dena. So maybe it will start in darts also. Maybe if it starts, it can start in darts also. But then uh, let's see if we can try to introduce darts in Nagaland police. It's probably like if we can spend. I was told that it costs about 12,000 rupees for this equipment, one set of equipment, and then the touch and darts cost about say 2,000, anywhere between 2,000 to 8,000. So maybe if we spend about a lakh rupees, we can put up 3-4 equipments, whether it is in one district or in 2-3 districts where people from everywhere can play. So we'll see. No promises. It's just the promise of hope that we will try. Uh, I'm happy to rekindle a few memories. I hope I'll be able to fire a couple of darts before I leave from here. And I don't even know how many of them will hit or reach the board. So, thank you for inviting me today. Congratulations to the winners. Keep on the good work, keep on the practice. See, the older ones are taking a back seat for the younger generation to keep coming in. I hope that you will keep doing better and improve in future. All the best to the winners, all the best to the runner-ups. Thank you very much and have a good time ahead. Thank you.
Rupin Sharma, for enlightening us with your memories and also encouraging and motivating us, inspiring with such inspiring words. And sir, don't worry, we will keep reminding you. Nagaland Darts Association will keep reminding you to push your promises, not promises, but to hope that the promise, the initiative that you have give us a hope that we will continue to work together towards it. Thank you once again.